Hi everyone, it's April with Hair 101. I am visiting in my friend's salon. No, this is not my new salon. If you were going to ask, that's the answer. And we are about to do an awesome color on this cute model, Megan. And we're doing a dark brown. We mixed a level 3N, and she already has some red in it, so I just did an N because we don't need to add more warmth in there. And then I added a teeny little squirt of a 2N just to give it a little bit more depth. And then the red that we're going to be doing is this is all color fusion on Redken. It's a 4CR. So they're both really dark, but it'll definitely have some fun dimension in it. So we decided here, let me get all this out of the way. We're done cutting. Let me put this away. Okay, so if you can see the shape here, look down just a little bit. We have this really pretty shape right in here. We're going to color all of this red in here. And then maybe do like a little teeny piece that comes around down in here. But then we're going to do some of these longer pieces red and then a little bit of her bangs underneath red. So she'll have a little bit of this red flowing down in this long piece and then a peekaboo layered look in the back. And I'm pretty sure that's all the red we're going to do. I talked about maybe putting a teeny little bit up in here, but we decided just to leave that all brown. So let's get started. I'm going to start in the back. So I'm going to go about here and do kind of a triangle shape. And then again on this side. And follow it along the line down to the other side. And this is a really deep, dark red, so it'll be really pretty to have it underneath here. And I'm just going to paint it all on. So I go on the perimeter of the section, and then I usually just take the color comb and part it right down the middle and go on both sides. And then I'll just take little sections throughout both sides. When it's short like this, I can just do it really quick. But you want to make sure you get the color saturated everywhere. Otherwise, you're going to have these like polka dots that look like little leopard spots underneath. And I really like to do dramatic cuts like this with a custom color. It just looks a lot better if you cut it first and then place it in there. Because you can pick exactly where you want it and you can see the line that's in there and follow that line to make it look just like a shadowy effect. So now I'm going to take foil and I'm just going to lay it right in the section. And I'm going to clip it to it so it keeps it clean and out of the way. So now we're going to go over here and I'm going to lift up this hair on the top and clip it back because that's all going to be brown. And I'm doing all of the red parts first so that I can do a paint between the rest of it. And I want to grab this piece right here and I'm just going to take out the front piece and leave that. So this is going to be red, so I'm going to take this longer section right here, and this whole section is going to be red. And foiling a section this big can be a little bit tricky, but it's faster than doing a bunch of small sections. But this is how I do it. I go through and I just kind of outline. Yeah, it can be a little messy, but it's okay. Outline the section, and I'm going to clip this out of the way so that it stays a little bit cleaner. And I'm going to paint it all on this one side. And that is a really thick section, so obviously it's not getting the color all the way through it, but I'll show you how to make sure you get it all. And you can kind of pull the foil away and use it. And you're going to be sticking color underneath here and then using the foil as like a little plate that you can just smear it into. And then also you can take another foil and sandwich it on top and flip it. And now you can do the same on the other side. And you can see where you missed the color. And add a little bit more into this. So it was pretty easy to formulate for her because she had all over color that was already red, so it had a good base for a red color. I didn't need to do any fillers or anything. And then also all of the hair was lighter than the desired shade that she wanted to go. So, and then you can just fold it up. And I always make sure I leave a little flap on the other side so that I can tuck it in. And I'm going to be doing a paint between, so it's okay that that's just a little bit messy. I guess it's okay because I said it's okay. All right, so now we need to do this little piece underneath her bangs of the red. When I was going to school, this technique was called paneling because you were kind of just taking out big chunks in random spots that you wanted them. And so we would call it paneling. So that's what I call it. You can call it whatever you want. That's what I call it. I'm going to take one more chunk underneath here, this long piece, and I'm going to make sure I do a little bit of brown to buffer in between those two. And then maybe this chunk right in here. And I like to work in threes when I do hair. I just think that it adds a little bit more balance. I do 1 or 3 or 5. I always do odd numbers. Another really big section. And then you can just fold the foil and flip it over the other side, open it up, and put some more color on the back side. And then you roll it around a little bit like this, up and down, to make sure you got all of it. And then you can place a new foil in there nice and tight. So I fold down my foil so there's like a flap. Stick it tight. And then I fold it all the way over to the big part of the section, and then I fold it down again. And that can keep it a little bit cleaner. And it keeps them in there nice and tight. So I'm done with all the red, I think. I think that'll be good. Well, you know what? I think it'll be cute. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3. It's all kind of in the front. No, I want that to lay down on it. I think that's going to be enough. I kind of want to take this a little bit more up into the top here. I'm going to extend this section one more little piece so that you have some on the top. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. So this is kind of just, it's going to feel like the same piece of that because it just extends out. But I want some to be on top, so. All right, now we're gonna go through. That's a little messy there. There we go. So the gloves are going back on because we're gonna switch over to like an all over color feel. Sorry, Megan. Spin you around, make you throw up. Okay, so now we're ready to put all the brown on. And this is the 3N with a teeny bit of the 2 in there. And we're gonna start, I'm gonna just start up here by one of these foils, and I'm gonna start just tracing all of the edges, going around the whole foil. And it's not the end of the world if these colors meet up a little bit. They're both really dark. They're in the 3 and 4 area. You don't want to be too messy, but if they touch, it's okay. It's better than leaving out some of her natural lighter hair to have a polka dot there. They'll just kind of melt together. It'll be fine. If I was doing like a bleach, I would have done all of these sections in smaller sections and made sure that the foils were nice and tight so that there wasn't any moving. But because these colors were so close, it was quicker. Sometimes time is money, and I just threw it all on together. I've done it before, it's fine. Doesn't mean you can do it with every color though. You want to definitely make sure that you're confident in it being saturated if you're going to do it like that. So I'm just continuing on doing all of the perimeter. When you run into a foil, you just continue going on all the edges. All right, now I'm taking like sections that are in between foils. I just went ahead and finished the whole section. It's easier for me. Sorry, I got that on your face. If you get color on their face, just wipe it up as quick as you notice it because it oxidates and it's harder to get off if you wait too long. I never said I was the cleanest colorist in the world. I never claimed that, so if you're wondering. All right, so now it's just easier for me if they're in between two foils to do them at that stage. But now that I have all the edges done, I just kind of pick a section because they're all kind of parted off into big chunky weird sections, and you just pick one and go through and wipe color on both sides and do like 1/4 inch partings all the way across that little section. And then once you get it to that point, I do this section by section. Once this section's done, I add a little bit more color down into the ends, comb through it with a color comb. Make sure it's nice and saturated and then roll it in. Then I know that section's done and I move on. So this is like a really big section right here. So we're gonna part it right down the middle, do both sides. Then I'm gonna work this way. Same thing, just taking those 1/4 inch sections and working as quickly as you can because time is money. You don't want to sit here and take forever. And we have places to go, right, Megan? Places to go, people to see. Now this needs to process at room temperature for 40 minutes or 45 minutes. And then she'll be ready to rinse. And you can see right here this disconnect. I'm pulling hair that normally would fall forward. You see how much this disconnects? It's okay if you want to have a disconnected haircut. You're not going to be able to blend every single section into itself because that's what I love about this haircut is it has this really fun random long piece in the front. So we wouldn't want to cut that off. So yeah, get out of your comfort zone. Make sure that once it's done, it looks good. But if it doesn't have perfect blending throughout all of it, like if you pull a hair way back and it's too long as it looks good when it's styled, it's good. You don't have to worry about it. And I even told her if there's one little piece that keeps falling in the back that looks long all the time, you can cut it off if it's bugging you. But I blow dried her hair and it didn't look like it was going to be doing that. So I think she'll be fine. Yeah, process time. 40 minutes and we will check back. Okay, we're rinsing her hair. The red's really pretty. It's really vibrant. And I always kind of lift up their head and scrub the color underneath here. There we go. We were talking about how we didn't know what we wanted to do when we were kids, but Megan here has known since high school that she wanted to be a psychologist. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I think that we were just saying that's really impressive because most kids, I don't think most kids know what they want to do when they're in high school. And I was saying how when I was in junior high, I think we got like random jobs and I was a hairstylist and I'd never even thought about being a hairstylist in junior high. And I remember thinking like, oh, that would be fun. And then it's funny that I'm a hairstylist now. Kind of ironic, so. But I didn't like ever decide on my own that I was going to be a hairstylist. It's just my fate, I guess. Kind of just happened. Well, I guess there was a point where I decided I was going to be one. It was when I signed up for school, but even that was kind of like, what should I do? Oh, I'll do this. Like, I don't really think deep about things, I guess. Oh well, I'm here and I love it. And you have an awesome tail. Look at this tail. Woo. All right, we want to dry this up real quick, so we're gonna spray some of this blow dry oil, Oil Wonders Flash blow dry oil, and it smells like Christmas. It really does. I don't know if that sounds good or not, but I like it. What do you think? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Cinnamony. It's a special ingredient, and it's like sopping wet, so let me see if we can dry it a little bit more. I like a little bit of the curve to it, but just it was kind of frizzy. Better. Alrighty, cute girl. Thanks so much for watching. It's all done now. I'm gonna give a final spin. You can see the color kind of behind down in here. And then we have the chunks on the top of her head that come around in here. We decided to curl this. It's really cute straight too, but we curled it because we can. So hopefully you guys like this and let me know what you think. You can watch the cutting video from this cut color combo if you click on the link below, and give it a thumbs up and make sure you guys comment. Let me know what kind of stuff you guys want to see next time. Don't forget to check out our April's Life channel. That's also going to have a link below. And we are starting to do almost daily vlogs. So we love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye. Let's spoil it. Now with the 9R, I'm going to make sure that I'm kind of staggering this. Spread the hair out a little bit so you can get it nice and saturated.